welcome back to Luke's Motor Shop. Today I'm going to be working on the 1974 Ducati again. I'm going to take care of the intake and the exhaust, the carburetors and the exhaust. So the exhaust, pretty basic. One header off of each pipe with a crossover underneath and then mounted by the rear foot peg there. So I've got everything laid out here. Nice Conti exhaust pipes with the crossover and then the headers. The carburetors, these are the ones that came off the bike originally. They need some cleaning, so I'll just take care of that first. And I will need some new filters because these are all torn up. So I think I'm going to start with the carburetors and drop the float bowls, check them all out inside, and then I'll move on to the exhaust. Okay. All right, so I got the float bowls off on both carbs here, and this is the O-ring that I was kind of concerned about. I think it's for the choke. So I'm gonna replace that and then put the float bowls back on again. Everything else inside them looks really good, so I'm not gonna might replace this, that's looking pretty bad. I'm not gonna take the carburetor apart any further because they were working really well when I took them off, and I don't want to get into a whole rebuild if I don't have to. So, but I am going to replace that. That looks like it's all cracked up. Okay. All right, so the carbs are mounted. So now what I'm gonna do is get the choke cable installed in the unit, and then get the throttle cables with the sliders and the springs installed in them. And then I'm gonna move on to the exhaust. All right, so I'm done with the carburetors there. So now I'm gonna move on to the exhaust. And basically what I'm gonna be doing is starting from the front of the bike, I'll get the header pipes mounted up and install the H pipe and then the tail pipes, and then just tighten everything up. I got a bit of cleanup to do as I go. So I'm just gonna get started on it, degreasing everything and getting the exhaust installed. All right, so I got everything underneath cleaned up pretty well. So now I'm gonna start installing the exhaust. I'll use a little bit of Never Seize on the threads so that if I ever need to take it off again, it'll make my life a lot easier. So, here we go. So I got the exhaust all installed, so I'm just gonna go through and tighten everything up and put the safety wire on it to hold it in place. And I'll be done with that, move on to the next thing. I have this special tool to tighten the header bolts, just so they don't get all marred up and they stay really nice looking. So while I'm doing the safety wire here, I have this really cool set of pliers that locks onto the safety wire with a handle that comes out of the back, and it spins, and it makes the perfect spiral for doing the safety wire. And it's just, I love using this tool, man. Whenever I get a chance to use it, I'm always pretty excited. All right, so I got the exhaust and carburetors mounted. That's gonna be it for this episode here. Next, I'm gonna move on to some of the wiring problems that I've been having, and you know, bleed the brakes, make sure that the pads are good to go on that. And hopefully this Shea electronic ignition will be in soon, and then I'll be able to fire the bike up. All right, so thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you next time.